In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Well, hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Do you ever feel sad that you're the last person in the roundup?
No, but he's the finale.
Yeah, headlining. I prefer it as
Headline. Oh, I don't know about
I
that.
prefer it as headlining. If
I
I was in the
don't
middle,
prefer
I'd feel worse.
I don't prefer it as headlining. I gave you finale and you took headlining.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it as well.
Oh, great.
I'm like Jay-Z.
Not
At
at all like
Glastonbury.
him. Not at all like
A
him.
bit,
No.
in a way.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I'd say, tiny bit.
In the sense that you're human and he's a human.
Is he?
Oh, good point.
More than you.
Am I? Or any of us?
Do you remember when Kanye did
you remember that?
Glasgow?
He was I was there.
Did he do Glasgow?
He did.
I was there. Pharrell Williams came on, and it was good.
People like him.
People like Pharrell Williams.
Because of his hat.
And then Kanye
He's so
came
happy.
on. Honestly, people were just talking amongst themselves during Kanye West. It was terrible.
How you doing? Yeah, it's not. No, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, who's this guy? I don't know. I think he's sound check.
I'm not joking. This is genuinely true. I made friends with someone on Facebook during that Kanye West gig, who I've still got on Facebook.
He's bringing people together.
Yeah, this is he had an impact on your life.
I think I watched a bit of it online, and I know a guy
did
ran
not
on
watch
stage and threw him off.
I thought you were going to say threw up.
Right on his feet.
But I also remember he started doing his, I hesitate to say Daft Punk cover, but the one that
Yeah,
references.
it just sort of uses Daft Punk,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
And I think he got about 10 seconds in and then said, no, stop, do it over. Do it over. You know, I missed my bit.
This is how performing. Yeah, I wasn't meant to come in.
At one point, he disappeared for about 20 minutes. And then you see him like he's on a cherry picker. And he's just up there, and he's just back on his mic. He goes, wait, everyone, I want to say something. And you think he's going to say something really humble and like, thanks so much for being here. He goes,
an honour.
You've been watching the greatest performer in history. And then that was it. And it was just like, oh, all right, back to the conversation.
I'd love it if he did say that. And like he was up a cherry picker. He's like essentially 17 stories high with a mic saying, you've been watching the greatest performer. But in his other hand is a ready meal korma. And he's just halfway through it.
I mean, he did phone it in. He really did.
Well, like he's talking. He's got like a headset mic, and he's talking into it while a team are strapping him in, and he just can't do anything. He's like,
Yeah.
just you wait.
This is going to be brilliant.
It's going to be amazing.
Now, nothing happened.
Poor Kanye.
Bless him. I hope he's happy.
I don't think he's ever been happy.
Yeah, I don't think he knows how to be.
Never mind.
Well, here we are.
His millions of dollars will help.
From Kanye West to the Southwest.
That was seamless.
Thank you, yeah.
Powerful.
That was like we
powerful
planned
segue.
that all along.
Radio missed a star in me. So, anyway.
I don't follow you on Twitter.
Anyway, this is a podcast.
It is.
Ostensibly,
Oh, yeah.
in which we talk about love and hate.
Yes,
and
both of those things.
Despite a brief blip last episode in which,
I was on holiday.
yes.
My apologies.
No, and because you weren't here, stuff happened.
Yeah, stuff we haven't really recovered from.
Things we can't unsee.
I mean, I cannot stress enough that I do not listen to this podcast. However, because I wasn't on
research
it,
purposes.
for research purposes, I thought I should check out the competition. I thought, well, this has been a solid episode. I've enjoyed it. Been a few laughs. I did not then expect someone to pull out a bag of cat hair.
I don't think anyone
Frankly.
did. And I live with him.
I mean, that took it up a notch.
It did.
That set the bar very high for this.
Ooh.
where is the kitty kept? By which I mean the ball of cat fur the size of a human brain.
Would it be worse if I said I didn't know?
Oh,
It's in your
yeah.
pillow, probably.
Maybe it is.
Could be in your pillow.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
It could be anywhere.
And you are desperately asthmatic and a little allergic to cats.
Powerfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and specifically Dumpling as well. Like, she really does set the old 8-year-old lungs
no.
a crumpling.
Right.
So if I was to say, hypothetically put my head in that bag, I'd probably
die. Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Is this a degree of Munchausen syndrome where like every morning you're like, Ali serves you like a bowl of porridge and you're like, I get so wheezy every time I eat this porridge. It's like, eat your porridge, dear. It'll make you big and strong. And then she's like dumping like cat fur into this porridge and cackling.
Yeah, I'd say that's very likely if it wasn't for the fact that she'd have to give up precious cat fur to do it, and she really does not want to do that.
When before you came to the studio this evening, anything happened? What were you up to?
A little thing did happen.
Really?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm being humble. It was a huge event. Like,
pretty big.
It was one of the biggest performances.
I mean, you almost reached double figures in terms of viewers.
I don't know.
Noticed.
Did we actually?
You were on 9 at one point.
It was Dumpling's birthday
today,
and Ali had the brainwave. I'm gonna just pin it on her because it's funnier this way. I think. Like
she's
truth,
not here to defend herself.
She's not here. And the truth that I was partly, if not at least 30% involved in the concept and the planning. That's not funny at all. That's not interesting. So let's just go with the fact that she had this like grand idea. And to be fair, it was her idea.
Yeah.
To host a sort of online live video Facebook event party for Dumpling. Right. And she also bought her, this is true, she bought her a neckerchief and a hat. A plushy birthday cake hat that she hated. She hated wearing it.
Yeah.
But it was great for the video. Great.
Oh, it was great content.
Great content. Yeah. And as Chris rightly pointed out, we had maybe 8 viewers at its high point.
Yeah.
More than us.
I mean, yeah, that is rock solid compared to
we have no viewers.
No, it's just true.
But yeah, it was a great party.
It looked good.
Yeah, you came by.
I had a beer and I had like one of those.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear that. No, that's fine because I was just watching it on the telly, in the darkness.
Just
on your own under a duvet.
Do you just have like a party blower at home?
Well, I've been looking for a reason to use it.
Party blowers?
Yeah, what are they?
Let's say that.
I'm just making the noise because I can't
think
think of
everyone
the name.
knows. Yeah, I wouldn't.
They're like curled up bits of paper.
Yeah.
And you go, and it all unfurls.
There's a little bit in my head
makes a noise.
which wants to say like, it's like a toy imitation.
It is.
I want to say
there's nothing else like it.
Yeah, I want to say like it's pretending to be something.
I'm sure it has got a name.
It's like someone put a snail on the end of a trumpet.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Maybe that's what it is. Snail
Maybe
trumpet.
it is, yeah.
Snail trumpet.
Yeah, good old snail trumpet. Anyway, I've been looking for a reason to use my snail trumpet.
Yeah.
So I got it out of the drawer. And yeah, I just went to town on it.
Sounds like a euphemism.
Yeah.
Big
no, I realised that halfway through, but I'd already committed.
Yeah, lean in.
Never mind.
Great party though. Great. She's 15 now.
Wow.
So she's old.
So cat years, that would be
609.
Yeah. Everyone knows that, John.
Oh, I'm just a big fat idiot.
She's transcended the mortal plane and now exists in another dimension.
Does it not bode badly that your cat would not willingly wear a hat, a store-bought hat?
Why is that relevant?
Well, I think it costs £25.
Well, the reason I bring it up is that Ali is planning to knit a hat
I'm aware
out of
her
cat
own.
fur.
Well, I was expecting the cat fur hat to be at the party, frankly.
Yeah, no,
so that was a
sorry.
slight disappointment.
I would say I'm sorry, but
Does she not have enough material for a hat yet?
I don't think she thinks she does.
No.
But
what could she make instead?
probably
Like a smaller
one glove,
a
one
mitten.
cat.
I'm imagining by the end
a
it'll
kitten.
be
a kitten mitten.
like Marge Simpson hair on a
Yeah,
cat. That's what I'm
she wants to
picturing.
make it into like a wig, so she wants to have plaits coming down either side of her head. That's what she said to me is the plan. But in answer
It's
to your,
important to have a plan. I don't always think.
I think the theory is that she'll like this hat more than say the birthday cake hat that we had for her today because it's made out of her like discarded flesh.
Which I keep going back to the logic of that. Like, it's all right.
There is
I
logic
collected all your
to
dead
that.
hair and made this for you.
So now you automatically must like it.
It's a glove made out of the sweepings from a bathroom floor.
You're leaving.
Isn't it delicious?
The thing is, if someone peeled the skin off my hand, then gave it back to me as a glove, am I supposed to be grateful?
Yeah.
Am I like, oh, thank you?
Not only
my
that, but
skin
you're
back.
automatically going to want to wear it.
Yeah, well, I probably will, seeing as I have a gaping wound all around
And it would
my
be
hand.
exactly the right size.
Yeah.
That's the
Well, maybe I would wear it then.
that's the
Maybe you
plot
would,
of
maybe I would.
that's the plot of like Saw 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it should
Pretty
be.
sure.
We could write it. I
Jigsaw's
think there's
back.
already been a Saw 5.
Oh, probably.
Maybe it's probably gone back to being like called the Saw or
Saw
something now.
14. Too Saw, Too Furious.
Saw Tokyo.
Saw Fast, Saw Furious.
S2W2. Okay, well, look, format is king, as we so often say.
yeah.
Oh, we do.
That is true.
Who's got the first hate?
Shall
of the
I go?
evening? Oh, please.
Seeing as I missed the last one,
Oh,
Yeah,
of course,
I'll
you
give
should
you some
lead us
breathing
in.
space. Well, I'm a man of a certain age, as you may have noticed.
Yeah, I know. John.
I'm getting to that point where I start to complain about the mundane things in life.
No.
Because these things,
No.
well, these things affect me. Day to day,
Of course.
mundane things affect me. That's just
Sure.
a fact.
Okay.
So this is sort of a multi-layered hate, but I'm going to start with the primary problem: weather.
Oh my god.
Right,
We're going broad.
Well, yeah, this is lowballing it. Trust me on this. Trust where this is going.
We're never going to reach 100 episodes.
Just trust me.
We're going to cover everything.
Specifically, I'm not going to complain about weather too much.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
Weather apps.
Okay, this is better.
Yeah, I cannot find.
Rein it in.
Yeah, no.
Right, okay.
Tighten the focus. Bring in the iris.
So, everyone is familiar with the concept of apps and how they should work and how they should be accurate and how they should provide me or you or whoever with a service.
Sure.
I downloaded 3 weather apps last week
Okay.
Overkill.
and I gave each of them 24 hours to get it right.
Wow, you did a real test on
The
these.
weather, not one of them.
Not one of them got
Not
it right.
one of them got it right.
Did you ever do a test where you, for the same day, checked what all 3 apps were saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Did they differ?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. So, BBC, Met Office, AccuWeather,
Oh.
You
all
think
wrong.
AccuWeather, that's like partly the word accurate.
I'm not talking by day, I'm talking by hour. So I'm looking at hourly weather. Oh, I can go out now because it's not going to rain. Heaven's open. Oh, I'm not going to go out now because it's going to rain. No, it's lovely out there.
Okay.
Wait, why am I downloading weather apps to tell me one thing? The weather.
So, obviously centered on your location, your geography.
Yes.
No, you set it to Tokyo. That was his mistake.
That is where I went wrong. Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. apparently.
But
it
I better
says-
go to bed.
I had
You're at work.
1 week with my old weather app that said, "Oh, there's going to be thunder and lightning every day." Was there thunder and lightning?
don't know.
Was there buggery?
No.
Was there buggery, John?
Well, Cheltenham is known for its weird weather.
Yeah,
Is it?
we live in a crater.
Yeah.
Well, I know Cheltenham previously was registered as the hottest place in the UK.
Yes. That's
Hottest
true.
as in sexy, though. Probably sexy.
Probably
'cause
since
it's
we
a
moved.
Very
yeah.
sexy
Probably
place.
since we moved here.
But no, it wasn't like in the 90s.
It was,
or
it was
something?
registered as the hottest ever temperature in the UK.
But it does have a crazy bowl, doesn't it? Like we are in
Yeah.
a bowl and stuff gets trapped down
They
here.
call it lazy air
Right.
because it gets trapped. Like it comes over hill, and the cloud is like wee, and then it slides,
fun,
it slides
woo.
down into Cheltenham. It can't get out.
No.
and it's just kind of stuck here.
We lock it down.
That may all be true, John, and I'm going to trust you that it is.
It's probably not.
Whatever. But if I work in weather and I have designed an app created
job,
specifically for the telling of weather and what it's going to do, I need to dress appropriately. I can't turn up in shorts and a Mac every day.
No,
Well, no.
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 you got to dress for the weather you want.
Not
That's
the trend.
right.
Whether you have.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I've been because I cycle into work.
Yes, so do I.
I
Are you
yes,
gonna bring
yes,
that
I
up?
know.
Are you going to bring that up for the third time?
What, the fact that you cycled right past me?
Yeah.
Like a meter
Didn't
apart.
even
Oh, you were
register.
both on bikes when this happened?
Yeah,
both on
yeah.
bikes.
This happened off air,
heading
this
heading in
conversation.
opposite directions. I hasten to add.
Right,
So.
I thought you like nearly wing mirror smashed him in your car. When you were telling me this story, I
Getting next to
Yeah. Damn, missed.
the greasy fuck. No.
Well, we cycled past each other. I didn't realise you would cycle past me until
No.
I got here this evening.
No, you were smoking a comically large cigar. While I know you like to cycling styles.
Yeah, oh yeah. As long as the weather's complimentary.
But no, I cycle to work, and I try to dress as if it's always summer
Sure.
because I know my body temperature is going to spike like
You're
10
just gonna
degrees.
sweat
Yeah.
yourself to death.
I'm the same.
And also there is a definite line going. I've noticed scientifically going
Sure.
north to south through Cheltenham, where when I'm cycling, it's always cold, cross the line, sweltering.
Where's this line?
Where is the magical line?
Just left of Pittville Park.
Oh.
Okay.
The moment you cross over, onto
Why aren't we going there more often?
Yeah.
It gets warm. I swear it's like 5 degrees warmer.
I
Tomorrow,
don't,
let's
I
go.
don't cycle that way.
No,
But
use your
I,
hands.
I look at it more than Yeah.
I saw just the other day. I saw a
We were cycling with his
a
hand.
guy. No, yeah, because you can get a hand bike.
Yeah.
But I saw a couple, an elderly couple, on a single bike, and it wasn't like a
What?
tan. No,
What?
Yeah, bear with me.
Was like the man stood on stunt pegs on the back.
Well, It wasn't like a tandem
Were they
bike.
covered in tattoos? Were they
No,
like
no.
The
like,
future elderly.
No, like
Was she sat on the handlebars?
No, it was a custom like
They had a
crazy ass
sidecar.
bike that I've never seen before, where the guy was cycling like regular like
on a bike.
yeah, and then at the front of the bike was like a seat.
What?
And this lady was sitting in this bike with her legs up in like stirrups, and she was pedaling
As
but
well?
Yeah, seated. But she was a complete prisoner of his will because she had no control over.
Surely this was a very front-heavy bike.
Yeah,
Because was she sat in front of him?
yeah.
So could he see? How could he see?
Well, she was like
Where did
lower
they
than
buy
him.
this bicycle?
This is mad.
I know, it's mad. And also, it's like, I'd be terrified because they were going around a very busy
Yeah, like if they hit
roundabout.
something, she dies first.
I know! It's like,
Maybe that's his plan.
Maybe it is.
maybe he made it himself.
Yeah.
They call it the human plow.
They call it the no-fault divorce. I'd be terrified.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Sorry.
And that's fine.
weather, yeah.
All of this has led me to download a new weather app.
So 3 apps,
Three
tested scientifically.
3 proper apps.
They all let you
inverted
down.
commas. They've all let me down, hour to hour, day by day. They have all let me down.
So you got a 4th.
So yes, I have downloaded an app called TFW.
The fucking weather.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
What?
So this is the opening page.
Tell us where the fuck you are.
It says, "Tell us where the fuck you are."
That's it. All it
So
says
I'm
on the
going to
screen.
put Cheltenham in,
Okay.
and it says it gives you the options down below. It says "fucking recent." So I'm just going to pop that in.
I already like this app.
This is amazing. So good. This is great audio.
This
by
is
the
great
way.
Oh,
audio.
yeah.
Just talk amongst yourselves.
If you could turn your keyboard noises on, it would at least have something.
So basically, this app is my last resort.
Okay.
And by its own admission, it doesn't know what the weather's going to be. But I think, well, I'm just going to
it's
chance
guessing.
my arm.
It's
So
not based on any sort of apparent tech.
It's not. No, exactly. It's just basically for comedy purposes.
Oh,
but
brilliant.
I'd rather be wet and have a laugh than be wet and just, fucking
I guess.
whatever.
I guess it depends how long you're wet for.
Is there a punchline to?
There's
You
loads of stuff
spending
on this app,
forever.
but it's currently not working, which
Beautiful.
is absolutely
Well, that's
bullshit.
great.
I'll fill this void by saying
Please.
that I don't. Please God, take
God
us home.
help us. Yeah.
I don't put any sway in any weather forecast ever. Like never when I'm doing anything ever in my life ever that's out or indoors have I
Have you ever planned?
once ever thought, hey, I know I'll check the fucking forecast. No, never have because you can't predict what the fuck's gonna happen.
I know, but you have a lackadaisical, almost zen-like approach
Yeah,
to
man.
most days. Anyway,
Holistic, you could say.
It is incredible. As long as you've got like a foot-long baguette and like some mayo and some chicken, you're generally quite happy.
Fuck yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You've just nailed my happiness in one sentence. Why am I pursuing anything else?
That app's not
What has that
working, so
got-
that's my new hate now.
Yeah.
That app.
Oh my
Chuck
God.
That's
it,
failed me as well.
So the crux of your hate in this case
Was that
has
I've-
now let you down.
has now let me down, which is fine because I can tell you what it does say. You
What
go
does
on
it
it
say?
and it does it basically morning, afternoon, evening, and it just goes shit. All right, all right.
And this is based on nothing.
This is based on nothing. By their own admission, it's based on nothing. But I'd rather look at it like that.
This is interesting because I'd wondered, as we've talked about on previous episodes, the Bitcoin app business is a booming market.
Oh,
any
yeah.
Tom, Dick, or Harry can get into it.
Sure,
If you want to
but
get,
it shouldn't. We're not.
no,
like,
it's awful. And you're all
promoting
bad
it.
people.
I had some coins for a while. I sold them.
Really?
Yeah.
for a profit.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
How much?
I made about 300 quid.
Seriously?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, maybe you should do Bitcoin then,
Well,
listener.
ever
Tommy,
since
big money over here.
I
What's
don't know, I
Tommy
made
about?
300 quid. After I
big
sold it,
potatoes.
it then crashed big time. So
there you
yeah,
go.
don't go near it for a while.
Well, my point is, any idiot, any young buck with a bit of coding
Hello.
can get in on. No, not you.
Oh,
no,
okay.
you're the schmucks keeping these guys alive.
Oh yeah, cool.
Any idiot can make like a Bitcoin app.
Sure.
If you're like grassroots,
Maybe you should.
I wanna get in on the weather game.
Oh right.
How do you?
Weather coins.
Well, my point is, surely like the BBC, the Met Office.
But what would be the
I
the
see.
currency?
Well, this is the
and-
thing.
they-
Is that I thought that they had to access some sort of database.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
Like, because when I was a science technician many, many moons ago, we went on a school field trip to the fucking Met Office.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was it wasn't a great day out actually. It was really dull. But one of the things they showed us was this colossal room. Couldn't go in. Weren't allowed in. That was kind of
And this is where we track Hurricanes.
Um,
Can we go in?
If you look to the floor, you will see a white line. Follow that white line around my desk and back out the door.
This is my desk. This is where I do all the paperwork. The whole field trip was a bit like that. It was a series of looking through little windows indoors, but not going through the doors and just looking into the rooms and seeing very little. But one of those rooms was full of what we were told were computers. They looked like fridges, many of them. They went on infinitely to a point that, the vanishing point, everything became minuscule. But they said there's so much computing power in there that's where we do all of this weather prediction, which I find hilarious because, of course, as Chris Reyes pointed out, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. One job.
But I thought that maybe any weather prediction service was probably using that information.
Yeah. Well, surely, like, there's only so many, I don't know, weather satellites or weather stations out there.
5, that's it.
Yeah, so it's like, how'd you get in on this racket? Like, I can't access that
Well, no, but I
data.
think it's like how Pokemon Go could just access Google
But
Streets.
we'd probably be just as easy for us to just have a guess.
Well,
Just like this app
it's-
does.
Yeah.
But could you crowdsource it? Could you be like, all you have to do is look out your window and take a photo of the sky, and it notes where you are.
I'm not going to do that.
And then
no one's
you
my
just
boss.
go
It's
like-
like Google doing traffic now. It's like, is it busy in your area?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or because Google's always on, it knows how fast you're going, so it knows if there's like slow down on a road
Yeah.
or whatever, and then your road goes red.
That's the thing. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, surely it would be no more or less accurate having
Yeah.
a human being there to just go look out the window and go, yeah. it's a
Or
bit,
what
it's
if
a bit
every
shit.
phone had like a moisture detector on it, and then if your phone in your pocket
Yeah.
gets a bit wet, then loads of phones report that they're getting a bit wet.
I feel like
then
there
it's
are ways
it's
you can
raining there.
manipulate that.
What if
Oh
you're really
yeah,
sweating?
probably.
If you pissed on it.
Have you sure? Yeah. I mean, I was thinking to pour water on it, but you went straight to piss.
Straight
Oh, it's
to
nasty.
piss.
I mean, I've cycled to work in quite tight jeans, and my phone has been like swimming when I've taken it out of my pocket.
That's
Like
delightful.
it's
Delicious.
drenched, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's salty as well.
Oh.
So then the Met Office is like, God, the sea
near
level
the
has
sea."
risen like 8 meters. My God.
Oh my god, the moon must have cracked in half. It's the only explanation.
This thing is now giving me tomorrow's weather.
Okay.
Okay, what's
So it
tomorrow's...
says sky, pretty fucking murky. Temperature, meh. Wind, quite windy. Precipitation, a bit of fucking drizzle. So that's tomorrow's weather forecast.
You know what? I will bear that in mind
There
when
you
I'm
go.
gazing
To be
at the
honest,
stars.
like that description is pretty much every day of our lives.
There you go.
Really.
So I'm just going to rely on that now.
Okay.
As long as the actual reception for it works.
Yeah, which it didn't earlier.
Which you didn't earlier, which was a fail in itself. But, you know, weather apps is my hate, and that is my solution to it. You're welcome,
Your solution to it is an app that doesn't do anything.
by its own admission.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
I don't want to say that
Download it now.
that attitude is what's got us to our current political crisis, where it's basically like the current systems aren't working, so here's a system that does fuck all, and we love it. Wow, that's
Yep.
great.
Big
Powerful,
time.
John. That's really powerful.
Let's not get political about the weather, John. You can't control the weather.
No, John.
Yet.
I've got a hate
Oh, go on.
Oh.
Tell me.
melon.
Melon. The
Right.
fruit.
Yeah,
Not that there's another option.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just
yeah
wanted to
please,
clarify.
please,
What
please.
have you got against, like, sort of moist food?
I love moist food. Soups.
You don't like cucumber,
Yogurts.
though. You don't like cucumber.
Set
Cucumber
yogurts.
is like the vegetable melon.
That's
Yeah.
actually a very
That's
good
exactly
point.
what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But I like cucumber, and
What
I
have you
also
got?
don't like melon.
Well, my
What have
point,
you got against it, John?
point is the only exception I might make, and it's a bit of a loose one, is watermelon.
Oh my god.
It's all right.
What's the difference?
Flavour or lack thereof.
And consistency. Watermelon's got a crunch and a sort of bite, whereas like soft squidgy melon is vile.
Melon is like okay. Say like you people go like, oh, I don't like fruit. I don't like fruit.
I don't like
That's
fruit.
it's a very weird
Or
statement.
people are going like, I don't like fruit, don't like veg. You know, oh, my shitty child just plays Fortnite all day and won't eat fruit. You know,
Won't
he
eat
hates
fruit.
fruit. A side note.
You're talking about your neighbours again?
No.
No.
No,
That's fine.
But thank you, nonetheless. That's great. They don't listen. It's fine. Wish I would double our audience.
Yeah.
But no, so people are always like, how do I get kids to eat fruit? I'm like, have you tried a grape, madam? The grape is wonderful. You know, have you tried an apple? A nice crisp apple.
Ooh, a crisp
a banana. I love fruit. Give me a melon though. I'll throw it back in your face.
That would
hate
hurt
it.
a
That
lot.
will, that will
Yeah.
hurt. You need to get a right old swing on that to make
That'd
an
be
impact.
that'd be like throwing a human head at someone's human head.
I mean, what a waste. I cannot believe.
It's a waste if we give it to you.
No, I cannot believe that explorers or whatever went out into the world and they found the melon
and they were like, yes.
and they said, yes, this is the next taste sensation.
Brought it back to the Queen of
You know,
England.
they crack it open, they bite into it, and go, oh wow, you know that mild, slightly watery flavour that everyone was looking for.
Surely at that point they were looking just for foods that didn't kill them.
Finally, water that doesn't give me diphtheria. Yeah, I guess if it's the only water you can drink, if it's the only water that won't make you shit your innards out, then great. Yeah, let's all drink melon.
You can't guarantee that with melon.
It's an awful fruit. It's God's joke on mankind. It's just got nothing going for it.
So you don't like it?
I don't like it. No,
I think you've just got a pointless problem with these sorts of
have you ever
produce.
Have you ever been to a wedding reception? And they go,
yes,
and now
I've been to your wedding reception. Yes.
Yeah, but
and Nick's wedding reception.
You weren't allowed to sit at the human tables.
I was sitting there with the kids and they didn't like watermelons. And I just wanted to be popular.
Yeah.
But and the starter, it's ham and melon. It's really bad.
I always do find that one quite weird.
Just eat the ham.
Yeah, eat the ham.
But that's raising the question.
Why is the melon
Why
there?
dirty half my plate with
Why
melon?
does ham go with melon?
It doesn't.
Someone thought it did once.
Yeah, but it's enough of a thing that it's a known dish.
I'm coming from a place where I love sweet and savoury together.
Yes. So why not put something sweet with the meat? Why put melon, which is like a watery fart made concrete?
That's
like
true.
It's nothing
That's a
to
good
it.
description,
It's
watery fart.
so disappointing. And you can buy. Whenever you buy like a fruit salad, or you're trying to be healthy, and you go to the Starbucks, whatever, and rather than getting like you
don't know where any of the healthy shops are, do you?
No, I just didn't. I didn't want. No. My point is, I didn't want to say the cafeteria at work because the common person won't be able to relate to that.
I understand. I'm terribly sorry.
When you go, what am I going to get? And occasionally, I've gone. You know what? I eat a lot of crap. I'm going to try and get a fruit bowl. And they've got like these little plastic pots full of fruit. And you open it and go, oh, I can see some grapes. Love a grape. I can see some pineapple.
Bit of apple in there.
Occasionally a bit sharp. Maybe some apple. It's going a little brown, but it's been cut recently.
It's there.
What's that? Some kiwi.
Yeah.
Oh, kiwi
if you're
fruit.
Lucky.
Yeah. Oh, kiwi fruit's lovely.
Kiwi's very nice.
And
a kiwi disc.
Buried under like 3 breeze blocks of melon.
I was about to bring up a fruit salad because I feel like the melon is the potato of the fruit world. So it's like, we'll just
I mean this is
when you're putting together a meal, it's like, oh yeah, here's the focus, a steak. Here's a really delicious side. Yeah. Maybe some treated green beans of some kind. And it's like, oh, now we need the bulk. Yeah. And the bulk is just fucking potato.
Yes.
And it's the same. Like, when you've got a fruit salad, it's like 98% melon blocks.
Yeah, because if you're making an actual salad, 90% of it is lettuce.
Yeah.
And nobody likes the lettuce.
No.
No one's there for the lettuce.
It's a weird vehicle / filler.
It's a medium for transporting flavour into your mouth.
Roughage and texture.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And I think that's really all that melon is in the fruit salad.
Yeah.
Truly.
Because when I get that fruit bowl, and I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be an ordeal. I've got to get through that layer, and I'm going to eat it because I'm going to be good.
Well, if you paid for the melon, you should eat the melon.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm going to get that fruit into my body, and you eat the melon. I'm just like, oh god, I'm just counting down the chews and trying to get some sweet pineapple in my mouth or something with flavour.
Something else.
It's worse than being flavourless because it's anti-flavour. I put it in my mouth and I'm like, oh, it's kind of sweet. It's kind of chewy. Oh, I can't believe I've exerted so much energy just eating this pulpy gunk. It's horrible.
Cube.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
I agree. I don't like it.
Can't you customise your fruit bowl?
Well, I don't go to the effort of making a fruit bowl because there's also the chance that melon might.
No, but I mean,
end
could
up
you
in
not
it.
say to them, "Hello, cafeteria individual.
Hello, worker.
Hello,
low-level worker.
Please remove that melon from my fruit bowl, or I'll throw it at you."
Yeah, but then he'd have fucking nothing in the fruit salad. If you took the melon out of that fruit salad, he'd have like 6 grapes, a kiwi disc, and a browned apple slice.
So the money's in the other fruits.
Yes, this is the economy of bulk, where they're like, we got to put 1 black grape in every bowl.
There's always one,
and it's right at the bottom, and then just throw some cantaloupe melon on top. Oh god, what names? Do you know melon breeds? No. Isn't there like
watermelon?
Watermelon, I guess a bit of a pass.
Melon.
There's cantaloupe melon.
Cantaloupe.
I don't know. Is that standard melon?
I want to say like something with a G.
Okay.
No.
Grape melon.
good melon.
Good melon.
So not
Not
very-
great.
Plain melon.
Even the branding team, even like got big design agencies for Big Melon going, how do
Didn't
we?
they do a thing? Was it in America? Maybe it was also here where they grew melons into cubes. They like grew them in a box that was
What,
cube shaped.
Japan, Japan.
Was it Japan?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Sounds like a Japan thing. I don't know.
Why?
I think because they look mental. Because imagine a fruit growing in a cube. That'd be mad.
I've seen a guy on.
Be mad.
I've seen a guy on YouTube.
trying to think of a square fruit now.
They're on it.
They're on it. That's true. Yeah.
I've seen a guy eat and review the most expensive melon in the world,
That sounds like a shit video.
which is like £100. It's like £100 or something to buy this melon
Why?
because it is the most. It's in Japan again.
Okay,
but it
cool.
is like the most perfect melon in the
Could
world.
he not have bought a little bit of it for cheaper?
No, because then you've ruined a perfectly good melon.
That no one else can have. I'm just going to use
Could
my
they
inhaler.
have?
by
Couldn't
the
they
way.
have just grown it for a bit, and it would be smaller,
Oh, that's good.
and then he could just eat that bit?
Well,
grow a
rather
tiny
than
little
grow
melon.
it all the way.
You'd have to find a group of people. I don't want to say pyramid scheme, but you'd have to find a group of people willing to all invest in that melon, and then you all get a slice. Because you can't sell like 2/3 of a melon,
No.
even a really
it's political
expensive,
correctness gone mad.
yeah, like really expensive melon. But no, so this melon came in like a beautiful artisanal white box,
Right.
like gold ribbon. You open it,
This is this guy on YouTube.
yeah,
So he unboxed a melon.
and he opens it, and inside, undoubtedly, is a beautiful melon.
Sure.
Like even I look at it and go, it looks
That's a
amazing.
good-looking
It
melon.
looks amazing. Like it's perfectly round. It's maybe like the size of like a cannonball versus like a bowling ball.
Sure.
Perfectly spherical. It's got a little stem and one single leaf.
Oh, wow.
Like it looks like a
sings a song.
drawing.
Looks like a cartoon melon.
It looks like a
Yeah.
cartoon melon. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I've gone to all this effort. I've spent so much money on it. I've got to eat it. And he slices it, and it's beautifully orange in the middle. And I just know it's going to taste awful. because I
Or
don't.
at least it's just going to taste painfully, boringly average.
Did
Like,
he just say, yeah, it was all right?
Well, he said it was delicious, but he's.
But
he's
it
in
can
pocket of
only-
big
Well,
melon,
you've got to
isn't he?
trust
So-
that man then, John, in that scenario.
Well,
I think you're just wailing on melons.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am wailing on melons.
Sounds like you're a little melancholy.
and you're basically saying that if you're willing to spend like £100 on a melon, you will
sure.
get a delicious melon.
no, there's a ceiling here.
That's the threshold of it. Like the barrier to entry is so high.
Let's say I like melons. Okay, I'm trying to throw
Just
my...
imagine
What is
Oh,
this bizarro
mental
world?
world
Yeah.
where we all
God,
like
I'm
melons.
trying to imagine it. Here we go. Okay, I like melons. Oh, I just threw up in my mouth. Okay, let's say I like melons. I reckon that the most good a melon can taste is about
That was great.
Yeah, that's
so,
a good
what you
sentence,
said
right?
there, that was really good.
£6. £6.
Yeah, you
Right.
would not pay.
Yeah, the best melon taste could be is £6. If you spent £7 on a melon, it would only taste as good as a £6 melon. No, that's not a great sentence. I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. There's no capacity. There's a ceiling at which point melons can't get any better.
No.
And it's not worth
And
£100.
they've yet to reach it.
But then
No.
would that posh melon taste not like a melon?
Maybe
it might
tastes
taste like
something-
another
something
fruit.
else- something
It might
else
taste like
entirely.
steak.
Oh, well, now you're talking. I think. I don't know what you're saying.
What would you pay more for fruit that tasted like steak?
Yes, I spent so
What,
much
but, how,
money on
but,
that.
but was healthier.
But had
sort of
all
thing,
the.
but would send you bankrupt.
What?
Okay,
So let's say you get a normal steak.
give me that bottle. opener.
sorry, I'm fiddling.
I need to make sense of this with beer.
So let's say I have a normal steak and say that's £8.
Right,
Normal steak, normal health attributes, etc.
to the steak.
to the
Yeah,
steak.
To the steak.
Good iron,
Yeah, steak. Normal steak,
protein, iron.
medium rare, good.
Okay,
Fine.
Then you got a big old bit of melon.
big old melon.
A big old
Tastes
melon.
exactly like that steak
Right,
and has its own health attributes
of the melon.
of the melon.
Fine.
But it's £100.
£100.
£8 for a normal steak, £100 for the healthy melon.
So now what you're
Steak.
saying is that I have to pay £92
There's a
more.
premium on your health, is what I'm saying.
But is
What
it
would
that-
what would you do?
Is it £92 healthier than the steak?
Well, that's hard to tell.
I want to know.
You couldn't go down to the hospital and go, "Hello, I'd like £92
Please
pounds
put
worth
this
of
melon
treatment,
and this
please."
steak in the centrifuge and tell me
yeah.
which one's healthy.
So there's a thing. I believe it's more of an American thing where if you're having like a house party,
Oh, yeah.
or a
Yeah.
sick kegger with Chad and the bros,
Love those guys.
and you'll take a watermelon and you'll
Right.
drill a little hole in it.
Sure.
And over the course of several weeks, you will top it up with vodka.
This sounds awful.
How long's this party going on for?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is prep.
Oh,
this
I
is prep. This isn't a commune. We're not all praising the melon until the moment we get to drink it. But no,
But what if your parents... Sorry, I'm going off on one, but I'm going to say it.
Cool, say it.
What if your parents go, hey, Todd, why are you putting so much vodka in that melon before we go on holiday?
Todd.
Oh, no reason.
Todd, step into my parlour for a
Yeah.
moment. I'd like to talk to you about this
I
watermelon.
want to talk to you about Chad and the boys.
Chad and the boys. I hear you're throwing a sick kegger. But no,
Anyway, that was just
no, but
me being flippant.
they'll take a watermelon, and over the course of several weeks, they'll keep topping up with vodka,
Yeah, no, I
adding
understand.
a little bit,
Yeah,
and then you
I-
get
yeah.
to the party, they're going like, "I got a sick watermelon, bro," and then
Yeah.
and then you
You
just
sound like you've been to a lot of parties.
I see
Yeah,
so
man.
many American
Yeah.
frat parties,
Yeah.
and then you get to eat an
So then what do you
alcoholic
do?
watermelon.
Oh, I see. So you cut it open.
Yeah, and you just go hog wild.
But wait.
So what you're saying with your steak analogy is you could do the same but with gravy.
And wood.
Bit of Bovril.
And wood.
Oh.
Put it in a giant Yorkshire pudding bowl.
I cannot believe that an industry has sprung up around trading and selling melons.
There's one really good thing about melons. They're really good to test your katana out on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you always
That's
see those
true.
videos on YouTube. We got to test your katana out, and they're always cutting.
Is that the
melons.
thing with the sword?
It is a sword.
There's a game, isn't there, where you slice fruit?
Yeah, fruit ninja.
That's an app.
I believe
That
was,
works how it's bloody supposed to.
I believe that was the very
Doesn't
first...
predict the weather, though, does it?
No, but that's not what it's supposed to do. The weather apps are supposed to tell the
Actually,
weather.
ironically, it does kind of predict the weather as well.
Better than the weather apps.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm over it.
Are you?
No,
You look in pain.
no, I feel in pain.
Have you ever had papaya?
Extract.
Fruit? Whatever? I don't know.
No, I've heard of papaya extract, which is a shampoo.
Isn't that the fruit that's just full of seeds?
It's a very disappointing fruit.
Mm.
When I went to Peru
Aye.
many a year ago, papaya juice was all the rage.
Did it taste good?
No.
Okay.
You would come down. We'd come downstairs and it'd be like, "Oh, breakfast." It's like, "Would you like a delicious glass of orange?" I'm like, "Juice." Didn't say that, you know. And
Just a
What, just
solid
a whole
orange
orange?
dropped
yeah,
into a glass.
but they give you this glass of orange liquid, and you go, "Oh, it's orange juice."
Yeah.
Of which I am a fan.
Oh, I see. Do you want a
you-
glass of orange, the colour?
And you go to drink it, and it's not. It's papaya.
Oh no.
And it's so gross. And
I don't think I have had it.
it's like the texture of snot.
Nice.
So you think, oh, delicious orange liquid, and then it's just like, oh, and it's just like this great big glob going, and it.
I had a mango juice when I was at a Comic Con recently. It was. I bought it from a table that was selling Japanese treats.
Oh.
And I love mango. Like that's one of my favourite fruits.
Big fan of mango.
Good flavours. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was full of.
Good flavours, great taste.
Come on down.
That's mangoes.
That's mangoes.
That's mangoes.
This.
TM.
Yeah, we can trademark on mango.
That's
right?
mango.
That's
Your-
mangoes.
Your mango experience may differ.
This one was meant to be juice, mango juice in a bottle. It had lumps in it though.
Right.
It was really distracting and scary, and it was like I was drinking a cold bottle of vomit. But it tasted great.
Texture, not.
That texture
not so much.
way off. Like not
That's-
mangoes.
That's mango, not mango.
This is so not mangoes. Registered trademark.
It actually said that on the bottle, and I should have
It's
really.
an amazing ad campaign. Where it's like somebody just eating different things and
Yeah.
going, like,
Not
"Oh,
mangoes."
this is really hot and
Just
grilled."
eating a Lego brick.
Not mango.
Oh, we should be sponsored by them.
Yeah,
I,
mangoes. You mean
Mangoes.
Big
yeah.
mango.
That's mangoes.
When I was in, guys, this is like John's travel blog. When I was in,
great,
when
yeah.
I was in Indonesia,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I
There we
drank
go. I'm well travelled.
I drank a fizzy drink called Pocari Sweat.
Oh yeah, that's in Japan as well.
Yeah, which is the only salty fizzy drink you will ever have the,
mean,
the
the
misfortune of
it's vile.
tasting. It's horrible.
The warning's in the title there.
It's, yeah, the fact that it's
How
called
can we
sweat.
make this more
Yeah.
attractive?
We've
Got a whole generation of people not drinking salt. How do we get them on board?
no reason for
Yeah.
that. Makes
What do
me
we
thirsty as I
call
drink
it? What do we call it to make it appealing? I know. Sweat.
Let's call it sweat.
Have you ever been like midway through a marathon and thought, I need something really yeasty and dry?
Have you been running behind a competing athlete in a marathon and thought, I just want to lick the back of his neck?
Well, wonder no more. Wonder no more.
This is what it's like. Lick your friends.
And that's the story of how I ruined the London Marathon.
Hashtag not mango. I've got one.
Who's got a mango?
Oh, go on then.
Mango.
Mango.
A show called Mango. I love this show. We weren't going to get political.
Oh, no.
It's only a teeny bit political.
We brought it back from the brink.
You only need a bit, though.
There's a new game that Hasbro released called Monopoly Socialism.
Oh.
I know. And it's a real shitter. I think they think it's really funny, but I haven't played it. I've just read about it.
Sounds like it's going to cause arguments.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. I think they think they're being really like, look, because the point of the game is that it's broken.
I see.
On their sort of remit, like, socialism's broken, right? Well, I mean,
so is it
in your opinion, I guess. Statement? I think this is the thing. It's like, what's your fucking deal, Hasbro? Maybe just make games and shut the fuck up. So,
back off. All right.
The concept is that it's a full game. You can buy it.
Okay.
Right, but I presume it's for capitalists to rub on their hard-ons. Like, I think that's what it's for, right?
Sure.
And you get it just to give to your other capitalist friend, and you'll go, and then you go out and kill a fox. I don't know.
So you're never meant to play it. You're just meant to have a laugh. It's like a
if
joke.
you do play it, it doesn't work, right? So the
but
concept...
Monopoly doesn't work anyway.
I know, right?
Sorry,
I know, that's
skip to the end.
Yeah, that was literally where I was going, John.
Sorry.
But no, it's good. I'm glad you said it. The way it works is none of you have money. There's a central pool of money, right?
Okay.
And then when you try and do things which are projects, you don't buy streets like you do in classic Monopoly. They're called projects, right? And all the projects are really like antagonistically named towards things that have nothing to do with socialism, but are more to just do with non-conservative ideas of things.
Sure.
Like vegan restaurant. That's literally the kind of thing we're talking about here, right? And so you try and build one of these projects and you'll use community money, which very rarely gets topped up because of the nature of how the game like says things like, oh, you'll pull a chance card out and it'll be like, workforce doesn't show up to work that day.
I picked up a chance card and it just says that I'm a smelly, unwashed hippie.
Yeah.
And what do you have to do? Nothing. There's no other text.
It just says it over and over again to me. And then I smelt myself just to check.
But I'm fine. And it turns out they have no actual argument.
The game makes me feel so bad, but I don't know how it's doing it. But it's exactly that. Like it's doing shit like that, and then obviously after a while, because of dice rolls and the nature of chance, everyone will lose because all the money runs out in the middle of the game, and it's like, that's funny, isn't it?
No. That just sounds like a giant waste of everybody's time.
I mean, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. And all it does is it's just a lot of back patting for dickheads.
I can't tell if this is a cry for help or whether somebody in the design team wanted to get fired. Like it's like
is there a call for that game?
I'm going to be the first person ever to die through designing a video game, like a board game. Like this is going to finish me off.
Yeah, and I've got some examples of like what some of the chance cards.
But it could work. It's the thing. Like it could be like a fun game. Like
it could be a. Like, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, it could be sort of like a funny spin on the capitalist approach of Monopoly. It's like, how can we make this into an actual game? But there was no attempt there. It was more like, let's just take the piss out of
a political statement
of our idea of what socialism is.
Why does Monopoly need to be politicised?
I know.
Mr. Big Money. What's his name? Does he have a name?
Mr. Monopoly guy.
Moneybags? Or something?
Yeah. Isn't he like Daddy
that.
Moneybags or something like Mr. Moneybags?
I just call him the Monopoly guy. I'm
Nah,
very unimaginative.
So you receive a $50 living wage each time you pass go, which isn't enough to basically keep the game going deliberately. Because that's hilarious.
Aren't they making their own point? Like
I know, right?
If they're saying that the living wage is not enough to live on, aren't they? Like
this is the thing. They're intentionally sabotaging the concept of socialism to make it fail. It's completely ridiculous. One of the chance cards is it says it's a minimum wage increase.
Okay.
And then there's a little caption underneath that says "sucks to be a small business owner."
Oh my god,
that's cool, isn't it?
Oh my god, this is the most passive. This is the most Orwellian thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and then one of them is a sort of one says benefits have now increased. That's great news for old people.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Is this a real thing?
It's a real game. It's a genuine real. I've seen photographs of the game.
Have we fallen into the outrage trap? Like, is this not real?
It's a real game. It's a real game. I haven't actually checked to see where I can buy it, but I've seen photos of it and I've read on multiple platforms people reviewing it.
The thing is,
Yeah.
Monopoly it is the weirdest game in the world because it doesn't have an end state. Like, it can only fail.
It's not fun either.
No.
Yeah. Well,
It's
here's
a
the crazy
long,
thing.
long
It's
time.
Here's the crazy thing, because all the outrage that's been spurned around this game has led to people coming out and saying Monopoly was a what's the word? I've lost the word.
Propaganda,
Piss take.
piss take, joke, scam, satire.
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 It was a political satire. The game was originally built by a feminist comedian way back to take the piss out of capitalism.
Well, I didn't know
and then
that.
Hasbro got hold of the joke that she made a joke board, and they made it worse and turned it into an actual game for sale. But you're right. It sort of takes the piss out of capitalism in itself because it becomes boring. The richer get richer, the poorer get poorer, and everyone hates each other at the end of it. Like, that's the core of Monopoly.
Yeah, because like one of the biggest criticisms that I believe actual economists throw at Monopoly is that business doesn't really work like that.
No.
Like more often than not, like an economy is like it's a network of businesses working with each other, around each other.
There's a lot of collaboration.
The Monopoly only ends with decimation because like one person controls everything, and then the game ends, and no one thinks about the consequences of what happens like after that point.
To that poor Monopoly community.
This like ruined apocalyptic
It's not
landscape.
business.
The whole
That's an
board's on
invasion.
fire.
Yeah.
Because I've never played a game truly to a point of absolute one person winning. Because for that state to occur, everyone else sat around the table is just doing nothing.
Yeah.
But for that state to occur, that person owns a shit ton of property on the board, and all the prices for staying in those places are hiked to the ridiculous highest level, right?
Yeah.
That's how you win. So then we're left in a world where no one can afford to live anywhere anymore.
No.
It's stupid.
It's fun, isn't it? That nobody can afford to do anything or live anywhere or be anything.
Yeah, it's great.
It's cool.
I honestly feel like the last time I played Monopoly was with you, Chris Ray.
You're pointing at me,
for the benefit of the listener.
for the-
In the House of Trouser where we used to live.
Oh.
I honestly feel that was the last time we played
I
Monopoly.
played Monopoly with Liz recently.
Did you? How did that go down?
Two-person Monopoly.
Two-person Monopoly.
God, that's sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
really...
at least when one of you loses, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost.
Unlike-
I lost.
Did you?
It was solo Monopoly.
Not brutal enough.
But to be fair, like with two people playing Monopoly, after a while, is every turn not just here's some money, here's some money, here's some money, here's
It's just
like,
back and forth until
the-
you
Well,
change.
it was more, here's some money. Liz got a property. Then I gave her some more money.
I feel as
Then
a
she got another property. Then I gave her
It's
some more
not a
money.
good game.
I feel
It's
as
not
a
fun.
game, it's missing something.
Yeah.
It needs one extra thing to make it.
Yeah, you're right. It's like there's a gear missing in the sequence of mechanics, and it's that one thing could turn something that's basically broken into something that plays out quite well.
Like a dance round.
Because
Yes,
There you go.
I've got to say, like every time, it doesn't happen very often, but every time people go like, "Oh, let's play Monopoly," they always go like, "Oh, you know what? Like,
Everyone suddenly comes up with a load of other ideas.
But like hipster 30-something me goes like, oh yeah, you know what? I've not played Monopoly since I was a kid. Let's have an ironic game of Monopoly, and it doesn't take long for everyone to just get so angry.
Or bored.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's shit.
yeah, and but it's like the logic is flawed because if you're going around and you go like, my strategy is I'm going to buy the oranges, but then if say Chris Ray buys an orange,
Yeah, the bastard.
I'm not instantly. Everyone goes, well, I'm not going to buy another orange because what's the point?
Well, I used to play with my family a lot, as you would have done in the past. And we always used to do deals, like underhanded deals. And that's when everyone started
We did
falling
that
out.
as well.
Which
Yeah.
I believe
that's
is
when
what
the
you're,
argument
I believe it's
started.
what you're meant to do.
Yeah, it's meant to encourage this sort of like around the table dealing. Yeah.
But all you get are people going like, because the moment if you go like, oh, you know what, I bought an orange, and then someone buys an orange, you instantly go, why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
Instantly it's a falling out.
you
like,
fucked
what,
it. You fucked me, you shit.
And
you
the-
knew I was buying
and
those.
also say like I've got two of the oranges, and you've got Nick. I'm pointing
Hello.
to Nick at her, and you've got the third orange. Every turn, I'm going to be going like, "Hey Nick, sell me that orange,"
And I'll be
and
like,
I'm
"No."
already, and my pile of money is already getting bigger. I'm like, "Hey Nick, sell me."
No.
Tell you what, Nick, I'll give you 200.
No,
give me
I'm
the
not
orange.
selling it. I'm not selling it.
And eventually
Give me 200 and a dab.
eventually you'll cave.
I will
and
eventually,
eventually
yeah.
you'll go. Okay, 500
And a
the
moonwalk,
orange,
fine.
and no matter what I pay you for that orange, it won't be worth it because the moment you give me that orange, I've won the game.
Yeah.
Because now I've got all of them. You're screwing. The moment you make a deal,
Yeah.
you've screwed yourself
There's
over.
no reason to make
Yeah.
that deal. Yeah.
The incentive is to be a dick and to never give people what they want.
Yeah. And if you were to all resolutely stick to your guns on that front, if you were all to be a dick and
You'd never finish
the game would stall.
No, it would never end.
You'd just be walking around a board doing fucking nothing.
This just turned into having a go at Monopoly.
Yeah, actually.
Those
fuck Monopoly, yeah.
I kind of like that in a way because I hate Monopoly. It's a shit game.
I heard a few years ago somebody made a game called Anti-Monopoly.
Oh.
And I don't...
As in auntie and uncle, kind of.
Yes,
Auntie-Monopoly.
Anti-Monopoly,
Yeah, I
yes.
thought so,
and
yeah.
I don't believe it was an officially sanctioned version of Monopoly.
I'm sure Hasbro would smash that person to bits if they could.
But the idea was, it was basically based on the idea that you had two ways of playing. So you could try and make a Monopoly,
Okay.
which is one way of playing, or the other way was to actually just make a successful kind of business and to
Run it for 5 to 10 years.
yeah,
Plan out a business
get
plan.
an investment kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like, but you got to give him some credit. Like Monopoly money as a phrase has entered the vernacular now. That's what we'll be using after Brexit.
More of a scrap. Yeah, oh, fucking hell. This is why we don't want to get political.
Sorry,
Let's
yeah,
not
yeah,
get
yeah.
political.
You made it worse.
This is
sorry,
not a
yeah.
political show. I'm more of a Scrabble man, I was about to say.
Well, that's because Scrabble's a good game.
You
There
know
you
what?
go, there it is.
I've not had a legitimate game of Scrabble, I think, ever in my life.
Liz is very
Really?
good at Scrabble.
Yeah.
So we play
you're a word
fairly
man.
often.
Yeah, I know, and I'd actually,
Dr.
I
Wordman.
would actually quite like to play Scrabble with people.
Oh, you'd enjoy it.
The last game of Scrabble I played was I was very drunk down in a pub in Cornwall, and we played.
Oh, I've been to Indonesia. I've been to
Cornwall.
Cornwall.
been to
Peru.
the exotic climes of Cornwall, and yeah,
I went
and
to work.
and we played it. We played a game of rude Scrabble,
Oh, cheeky.
and
Do you like words like twit
yes,
Yeah.
and poop?
and, and I really like the idea that you could conjugate words. So if someone had written a tit.
Yeah.
I put bicycle on the end of it. It's just very amusing. It's a
that's
funny evening,
great.
yeah.
That's a good time.
Not allowed to put just an S on the end of words. at
Are
Scrabble.
you not?
You're not?
Nope.
What, officially you
I've
can't?
always done
Officially, I'm
that.
telling you that is a rule.
Really?
If anyone tries that shit with me, they're going down.
I'm fucking glad you warned me.
Yeah.
Don't want to get punched.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't hurt.
It's when people start throwing in like 2-letter words, and you're like,
Well, you've got to at the end. You've got to
As
get out the points because you lose the points you still have left on your
it's true.
plinth.
I kind of feel
Your
that.
plinth.
I kind of.
Your Scrabble plinth.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
I kind of feel like if you're playing a word, you should be able to instantly explain what that word is. Because if you're just throwing like
French.
XU, what's that?
Zoo.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's a letter in the Phoenician alphabet or something like that. I'm like, is it?
It was on the side of a Babylonian prince's tomb. I
Yeah,
think.
let's get the dictionary out. No.
This is the thing, though.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that people? Yeah, you put it down first, and then people like look it up, and it's like.
Well, I have another app that does its fucking job on my phone, and that's Scrabble word
look up
checker.
XU now.
Yeah, all right, I will.
XU zoo.
Zoo is allowed.
See?
A monetary unit of Vietnam.
But that annoys
You've
me.
been there, haven't you?
No.
No, dude, he's not.
Never left my house. Anyway.
Loves.
Who's got a love?
Do we have any community bullshit from anyone?
No.
Okay, fuck.
Screw him. Well, we're looking at Chris Ray.
You're looking at me. I was just having a
You're
drink.
the community
I didn't think
manager.
we finished that up
currently
properly.
choking on his rage. Yeah,
Yeah.
give us a love.
I have got a love.
Come
Here
on,
it comes.
Here it comes, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Now, I'm a man of a certain age. No.
Oh, God.
No,
I love it when it's sunny.
I'm a simple man.
I'm a simple man with simple desires. No, I went to a housewarming at the weekend in Cambridgeshire.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, and my friend there, Andrew Jolly, who doesn't listen to the show, had a game. Had a few garden games for us to play.
Garden game.
And he had a game called Spike Ball.
Oh, I saw this picture of you playing
Yeah.
Spike Ball.
If you follow me on Instagram,
I do.
you do, yeah. But
Yes.
if the listener follows
I
me on
follow.
Instagram,
I do follow you on
You
Instagram.
no, you follow me.
Yeah,
sure,
I know
but
I do.
I'm talking to the microphone.
I think
not-
I
okay.
I'm looking at you, but I'm talking to them.
do not follow you.
But I know you're looking at him, but I can hear you.
You can hear what I'm saying.
And I think I follow you on Instagram.
you follow me.
as
Oh,
well,
that's
yeah.
very
So
that's
we
good.
both
So we
follow you, so
all
what's your
follow
problem
each
then?
other on Instagram.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
If you, I've lost
I
my train
do.
of thought. If you don't listen to me on
Have a
Instagram,
drink, that'll help, yeah.
if you don't follow me on Instagram, CPRay86, and you'll see a photo of me playing Spike Ball.
Yeah,
which
I
is
saw
my new
you.
love. It's a phenomenal game.
Is it?
Teams of two.
Okay.
You basically got a circle in the middle of you.
Right.
So you sort of spread out around this circle, and the circle's got a bouncy net in the middle of it. It's a taut.
Wait.
net.
Okay.
Oh, like a little trampoline.
Did you not just describe that backwards? Because you said you're scanning a circle and there happens to be a bouncy net in the middle.
All right.
What you're basically saying is you take a bouncy net and you form a circle around it.
There's one every episode, isn't there? He has to
Apparently-
have a dig. He has to have a dig,
I'm
one every
saying
time.
We're in a circle right now, and I'm checking under the table.
We're in a triangle.
Yeah, and there isn't a bouncy net under us. So
There is a table though.
yeah.
So there's
and
like
there
a-
happens to be a table in front of us.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's the way I'm going with it.
Okay.
All right, there's a circle in there.
Is it like a trampoline?
Yeah, a little bit.
Some might
Right.
call it a trampoline.
So it's a fairly small circle net on little stilts, if you like.
Right.
a trampoline.
I like a trampoline, but it's like a net. Not a
Okay.
trampoline.
So it's like a netted
A
It's a net.
circular net.
A circular
on
net
legs.
on legs. Not like a trampoline.
It's
Not-
a bit springy.
It's
Oh,
not
it's a little bit springy.
bit of tension.
And you, a bit of
yeah.
tension.
Twang
And you've got a sort of a hand-sized ball, if you like.
Okay.
Okay.
So about that big.
Sure.
So you have to serve. It's a bit like volleyball.
Okay.
So you get 3 touches either side between the two of you,
Oh.
and you have to sort of. You can either set yourself up with that, or you can pass it to your teammate and try and attack it like that.
Right.
And you've got to get it back on the net each time you serve back to the other team.
Right.
So it would go 1, 2, 3, bang on the net. 1, 2, 3, bang on the net.
So it bounces over to the other team.
Exactly
and
that.
then-
And then they've got to do the
So
same.
on the 1, 2, 3, are you juggling it?
You can do.
it's you and your mate.
It's you and your teammate.
So
So
you-
I could set myself up with 2 touches and then go bang onto the net.
Yeah.
Or I could pass it to my teammate. They could then take 2 touches or pass it back to
And
me.
your teammate's opposite you.
My teammate's
No,
on the same side.
as-
of the
Oh,
circle
right,
as me.
right, yeah,
You can actually move around the circle
And then
completely.
you slam
and
it
then you've got to
down.
get it back on the net, and hopefully, obviously, they don't get it at the other end, and you win the point.
Okay.
First to 11.
Okay.
So we played that for quite a lot of the weekend, and it
That
is
sounds
surprisingly
really good.
knackering.
Yeah. I can
I
imagine.
can-
It's a
I can
great
imagine,
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pro teams in America.
I was about to ask, is this like
It
a
apparently
proper
is a pro
team?
game. I'd never
proper
heard of it before the weekend.
Spike ball.
But it's great. Yeah,
Let's
really
get a set.
enjoyed it.
Let's get
We
us
should.
playing
I
in your
think you
garden.
guys would enjoy it.
Yeah.
You've
I
got
think you
the
would.
garden for it.
Yeah, I've got the field behind as well.
yeah,
We could
shit.
play in the field.
Well, you know, it's we've just reached September. Summer is almost upon us.
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah,
It's
now's
about to
time.
get
Bit of
real
spike
sunny.
How does it compare to swing ball?
It's much better.
Swing ball is so
Swing
disappointing.
balls wank.
Swing ball, yeah. Swing
We
ball.
could do a whole episode on swing ball.
Swing ball is a game for children,
It's not a game.
but it's good for coordination when you're a child.
Is it though? 'Cause
I had a swing ball set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was good for my coordination in that I now do not play tennis.
I maintain that nobody has played swing ball as intended.
Once you get it going, though, like if it's going your way, then the opponent doesn't get a touch.
No,
and it
I
just
mean,
comes
I
back around.
used
You
to-
just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. It's over.
Yeah, but then he hit the spring and it goes dong.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
win.
over.
I
yeah.
used to play on my own.
Oh,
It's quite sad.
Yeah, but all you have to do is hit the ball.
yeah.
Then they hit it back.
But they hit it. They have to hit it the other way.
Yeah.
that's the
idea.
game.
Yeah, but then if you miss, it
Then
just
that's an
goes
advantage for
round
the
again,
opponent.
and you get to.
It's shit.
All you have to do is hit the ball, which is on a
But no,
string,
spike-
so it can only go a certain.
It makes it easier to hit.
Spike
Yeah.
ball, there are different ways of playing it. You can slam it down into the net. You can sort of place it on the net.
Place it.
Place
Ah.
it.
Yeah, well, we
Like an
played.
ornament.
We actually looked up the rules about a day after we started playing, and
Interesting.
it turned out we've been playing it wrong.
Ah.
But we preferred our way, so we just kept playing it that way.
I want to watch some videos of people playing.
I
spike
would
ball now.
because it looks intense when you play it properly.
Did you win?
I won a few times. Yeah.
Nice.
I lost a few times.
How do you lose?
Uh,
then? What are the
well,
losses
it's the
you
first to
don't
11 points.
Oh, and how do you win a point?
So if the opponent doesn't hit it back in their 3 touches,
Ah.
you win the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fail to return.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it basically. It's like tennis, I suppose, in that regard.
It's a bit like.
It's a mix
volleyball?
between sort
Yeah,
of
it's
volley.
like
Yeah, it's
volleyball.
exactly that.
Yeah, but with a
It's a mix
trampoline,
between
yeah.
volleyball and tennis, although you're hitting it down rather than up. Because obviously volleyball, you'd hit
I'm
it up
amazed
over
that
a
people
net.
can keep coming up with new ball games.
There are only so many ball games out there.
Are there though? What if there aren't?
There
What
was-
if there's
There
infinite
could
ball
be,
games?
yeah, there could be more.
There was a. Oh god, this is going to be a terrible anecdote because I can't remember what it's called.
Great.
But I watched a video about in America, an entirely new ball sport, like came from nowhere in the 70s. Like
Right.
we invented a new game. It's incredible, and the gimmick is, it's played in a very long, thin court.
Right.
Kind of like a
Like a
basketball
strip.
court, or like a yeah. So like it's indoors, very
Like a
much
bowling
indoors.
alley.
Yeah, and it's very long and thin, and the crowd are all on one side.
Okay.
So they're all watching,
Sure.
and then
It's assuming you get a crowd.
everybody, the two teams, each have like a scoop on their arm.
Like a lacrosse scoop.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're kind of like picking up the ball and chucking it at each other. And they're wearing almost like futuristic kind of American
Tron
football
armor.
kind of armor. Yeah.
Right.
And they're chucking this ball back and forth at each other.
Right.
And there's like there's a ring on the wall that you can score in. And there's like a gutter that you can throw the ball into.
Oh.
And this sport, which I can't remember the name of, came and went in like a decade. And due to some weird loophole, it became the only sport in America that you could legally gamble on. So
people went crazy.
yeah,
and brought it
yeah,
back.
and people went apeshit for it, and it was played in casinos.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so casinos would have a court. So you go like, oh, I'm getting a bit tired of blowing all my money on the slot machines. I'm going to
what's this
go
sporting
watch
event?
Ball.
scoop ball. I'm going to go watch
Hey,
scoop
I'm going
ball.
to play scoop ball.
And now, yeah, from that heyday where you could be like a household name if you played scoop ball, now it's like it's only played in casinos.
That's cool.
And it still is now.
Yeah, but
I'd
you
go
can
to
still
casino
gamble
to
on
see
it.
yeah, yeah. But it's like,
I'd go there.
but you'd go into like a really depressing Vegas casino, and there'd be a game of scoop ball playing like every hour, and you have these professional scoop ball players whose only job is to come in and play this game, and there's like two like sad people like sitting in the audience, just like
More scoop ball.
going like 50 on red. Oh, red lost.
Red
Guess
lost.
I'm bankrupt. And that's like
That is like that is what a casino is like.
yeah, and it's
exactly what it's like.
It's kind of depressing because all these people are like air quotes sports people, professional sportsmen,
I'm a
and yet like their entire job is to play a game that sad people just come and gamble on.
fact.
I want to make my own ball sport now.
Yeah, ball
Yeah.
sports are great. All of them.
Must
All
be a
of
new one.
Every single one.
Every single one.
But I would recommend playing spike ball if you haven't already.
Yeah. It's a good recommendation. Solid.
Dear listener.
Well, I've got a love.
Go on
right.
then.
I love water parks.
I love water parks.
So you hate watermelon, but you like water parks.
There's a Venn diagram. Quite fond of water, not the watermelon.
Water melon. Park. Yeah.
Did you go to one recently? Or?
No, I think about water parks.
I
quite
already
a lot.
know. I
Like,
already know what story you're going to tell.
Well, I've been to many water parks. I don't necessarily have to tell that story.
You can if you want.
Okay, so a few years ago, I went on my one and only lags holiday abroad. Now, you've been on many, Chris Ray.
Thank you.
You have been on many. So we went to a glorious place called Albufeira in Portugal,
Sure.
which, without meaning to insult Portuguese, is a rather dirty tourist trap.
Sure.
For Brits, mostly Brits.
I bet Portugal will probably agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
I commend Portugal for quarantining everyone in one small mile-long strip.
I mean,
of
there was a guy there who you could not draw a more accurate drug dealer if you tried. It's true.
If I now on a napkin drew my sort of cartoon representation of a drug
Yeah.
dealer, it would be that guy.
Pretty much.
And you could capture him. You could give that to the police.
It was- yeah.
And they would arrest him.
He was like he's a big bloke, like open shirt,
Oh, brilliant.
open white shirt, big mustache.
and he's going, like, you want drugs?
You want some cocaine? You want some drugs?
Just reaching into his pockets. It's like,
Not even being that like subtle about it.
No,
Like,
it was.
He had a
not
necklace made
subtle.
of pills.
No, but people come there for one reason and one reason only,
Pills.
which is to get wasted. And so they had like the strip, which was
Horrible.
it's about a mile of just bars
Right, nice.
and Brits. Like
It was.
Oh, I
yeah.
can't think
Yeah.
of anything worse.
On their first holiday,
it
that
was
sort
pretty
of thing,
horrendous.
yeah.
And because it was warm, like every bar, every club would just spill onto the streets.
Great.
So there was no boundaries.
No, awesome.
I remember like we went to a nightclub.
we did.
Oh, one of those
yes.
night
We used
clubs.
to frequent a nightclub.
Nightclubs, and I swear there was like a toddler just kind of walking around
Nice.
on the dance floor.
Oh
like-
yeah, there was. Yeah.
Well, one night we were out.
We were.
We were out drinking,
Mm-hmm.
and you know me. This is very much my element. I
love a
I
drink.
love an all night rave.
Oh yeah.
So at one point, our good friend James Pegram disappeared, and we were like, "Oh, what's happened to him?" And we've been given all the horror stories about like, "Don't walk home alone. You'll probably get robbed." So me and our mutual friend Richard Holton
Yes, I remember him.
went to find James Pegram.
Sure.
And we found him, and he'd already started walking home, and he was like, "I've had too much. I need to go home." And we were like, "Okay, we'll follow you." And we only had like one key. So the three of us got back to the apartment, and Chris Ray here was still
Hello.
out.
On his own.
No,
No.
I was with someone else.
Okay.
I was with Snowy.
There was a long period in our lives where Chris Ray and Snowy could not be allowed to go drinking together because stuff happened.
We were banned for a while from going drinking.
Just went
me and
down.
Snowy. It all kicked off.
I won't go into what they got up to.
Sure.
That's for Chris Ray.
We were out all night.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah.
Well, I climbed later that night when we got back. I climbed
We
over an
lived in-
electric fence.
Yeah, because the problem was we were staying in a little complex, a little flat, quite a nice flat actually, which was surrounded by an electric fence. It was like a security complex.
Sounds lovely. I mean,
it was
that's the
a
kind of
very
thing that
nice,
really
very
makes
nice little
a
apartment.
lovely
good
little
times.
place.
But we had the one key.
So we couldn't get
my
back
one
in.
key to rule them
the
all.
one key, and Pegram, being a little tipsy,
If you will.
said, I'm going to sleep on a Lido outside
In the pool.
near the pool.
Okay.
It was outside the back door because I climbed over this electric fence and I went because we were near the street.
Yeah,
I
because
suppose.
this is the dilemma Holt and I were facing, because we were like, well, we can't. I don't want to stay up for them because I don't know when these.
Oh, I see. You didn't have a key.
Yeah, they didn't have a key.
I didn't
yeah.
have a key.
That was the one key.
And we were like, I'm like, well, let's just go to sleep, and then I'm guessing
Hopefully
they'll
they'll
wake us up when they're
yeah.
banging on the door. Next thing I know, he's in the apartment. Chris Ray's in
It
the
was-
apartment. I don't know how he did it.
We got in about 5:30.
the vents.
I climbed over an electric fence to let Snowy in. Pigs was sleeping on a Lido outside the back door with a towel over his head.
Oh.
And I took the towel off, and honestly,
corpse.
for a second, I thought, "Oh my God, Pigs is dead." In my drunken state, I thought, "Oh my God, he's died. What are we gonna do?"
And you've covered his face.
Yeah.
And Snowy got into the apartment. We let him in because we were awake now.
Sure.
And he sat on the kitchen floor and ate ham out of a pack from the fridge.
Fucking hero.
What a hero! Now, what a fun adventure! Isn't this just
I mean, I don't see the water park connection yet.
Isn't this
but
just
it's coming.
Isn't this just a bunch of lags having a good time?
sounds
Yeah.
ace.
And we all went to bed.
We all went to bed and
Now-
felt great.
Now, the previous day, we had arranged for a minibus to pick us up at 10 a.m.
Oh,
to
no.
take us to
It was 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Earlier than 10.
And I'll tell you in a minute why I remember
I
that.
know, yeah. To take us to a water park
Oh, cool. Oh,
called
no.
Sliding Splash.
That's
I
a great
believe.
name.
It's a great name.
Because you do both of those things.
You do
there.
both those things, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I woke up, I believe, to the sound of the minibus driver banging on the door, going like,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
here. And we had to drag Chris Ray out of bed, and he was so angry. Probably the angriest I've seen him, saying like, "Rayman, we booked the bus for 9 a.m." Him going like, "Why didn't you book it for 10 a.m.? Then we could have had an extra hour in bed."
That's true.
So
Now,
angry.
in my head, here's the rationale behind
okay,
that.
yes, yeah, no,
This is
let's
turning
hear
into a
it.
different story, but that's
Yeah.
fine. There was a bus. They said, right, you can get a taxi, or we can run a bus, or we run a bus that will go at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m.
Okay.
So in my head, I was thinking, why did we book a taxi for 9 a.m. when we could have got either of the buses? It's more money, and then we're all hungover. In my drunken state, that made
Sure.
sense.
Yeah.
It did, yeah.
The thing is, like, he got up.
Yeah.
Like we got on that coach or minibus or whatever. And we went to the water park.
Because you wouldn't miss a water park.
No, I love a water park.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm getting
That's
to.
where we're eventually getting
Yeah.
there.
And he was surprisingly chipper, Chris Ray. Like, to
I mean,
his
well, I
credit.
was still drunk.
Yeah.
How
You-
much vomit went down a flume, though?
Well,
We didn't get that far.
no, because
Oh.
we. Oh God, help me. We got to the water park eventually. It wasn't that far away. It was maybe like an hour's drive or something. Like that.
I don't think it was that long.
No, we got there, and Chris Ray disappeared,
I did
Ah,
for a bit.
into the night.
and you went to sleep on the floor of a cubicle in the
Changing rooms.
in the Jenks toilets.
Well, that's much worse.
I was asleep for like 3 hours
In a toilet.
in a cubicle, and my feet were hanging out the front door.
Fuck.
And you turn up at one point. You're right, Rev. I was there a while. Yeah.
You were just lying on the floor of this cubicle.
Yeah.
Did you put a towel down or anything?
I have no idea.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
maybe like.
I did eventually make it into the water.
Oh, you did. You had a great time.
But
You-
by
yeah,
that
once-
point, you were covered in other people's piss.
Yeah, and pubes.
Yeah.
One can only imagine.
Oh, so many pubes.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it now.
No. I mean,
Desperate times.
bless
If
you.
I'm up at 5:30 now, it's because I've woken up from the night before, not because I've been out that long.
Oh my god, I've never done that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, honest to goodness, that's probably like.
And that's why John loves water
No,
parks.
Yeah.
point being is,
I just thought I'd get that out of the way because I knew that was coming.
the point is, I love a water park.
Sure.
And it's actually odd for me to find one thing that makes me quite as happy as a water park does.
Really?
Yeah, like honestly, like I
this about
am like
you.
a child in a water park. Like I love it
They are
to
good.
bits.
They are fucking great.
Lucy and I, about a year ago, we popped over to Denmark.
Yes.
Oh, John's so well travelled.
So well
That's 3 times this episode, though. Seriously, like.
But I went to Denmark.
4 if you include Cornwall.
yeah.
Cornwall,
Oh,
which we're not-
I'm including
Oh,
Cornwall.
okay, fine.
But we went to Legoland in
did?
Denmark. And by pure glorious coincidence, opposite Legoland was a great big water park called Lalandia.
Nice.
Oh, yes, I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah, oh god, it was so good. So
like an
it's
eternal
this,
paradise.
It's this great big like it just from the outside it looks like a great big concrete block, just this big warehouse kind of thing. But you go in and there's like a whole holiday park inside there, and you'd never have to step outside. You'd never have to like see the outside world. It had like
In fact, they stop
fake.
you.
It had like fake streets, so you'd think you were walking down. But eventually, you get to this water park. It's amazing. I love a water park.
Beautiful.
It's so great.
Water parks are
Like,
great.
you got your slides, you know, you got your plunge pools. They had like these great big. You had to climb up so high to get on there, and you had to take a like a special foam
One of the floats. Yeah.
mat
Oh,
with
yeah,
like 2
yeah,
little
yeah.
handles. Go down head first. It's well good. And they have this one where the biggest one where you could only go down 2 people on a 2-person kind of inflatable ring kind of
nice.
thing.
Yes.
And it had this terrifying drop. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so good. And then you're in a bowl and you're kind of like you're sloshing up the other side. I love it.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy. I cannot like.
I love water parks.
This is like no artifice. I just love a water park. It's
I love
amazing.
the technique of going on your shoulder blades and your heels. It's when you're going down a flume to get maximum speed.
And burnage.
Oh,
one
yeah.
would imagine.
But,
Yeah.
but there's only 4 points in your body that burn
compared
compared to maybe none, say, if you went down like a human. But the speed you get, seriously, you go
you
so
got it.
fast doing this special system that I've devised, that the water kicked up by your heels goes into your eyes like bullets. And that's how you know that you're
Get in
going
there.
supersonic speed.
That's how you know you're having a good time.
That's how you know you're having a great old time.
There was the highest water slide. I think it's somewhere. It might be in an area or Europe or whatever.
In an area.
In an area, I can't remember what it was. It was
It's such a good story.
Yeah.
Tell it again.
It was fucking high. And then you drop down and you go through like a see-through tube,
Ooh.
and there were sharks in the tank.
What?
That was pretty cool. You just go through, way,
That's
through
pretty
the sharks.
Well, just to
Through
bring
the sharks.
just to bring back that incident on which Chris Ray slept on the floor of a Jenks toilet.
Let's bring it up as
He
often
said it,
as
he
we
said it
can.
again.
Yeah, well,
he said
I
it
just-
again.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel that's the most succinct explanation of what you did. Your shame.
Thank you.
But they had and I remember because they had the big attraction at Sliding Splash, whatever it was called.
Could have been Splash and
was
Slide.
was called Surf,
Right.
and it was like a great big fiberglass mountain.
Okay.
So the idea is that you climbed up this mountain and there were tons of little rides you could go off down.
Oh, nice.
There's the black hole. There's Fury. You know, all these
Yeah.
little things and you queue. But the big one was
There's
Surf.
Wet Shart.
There's meerkatting. And like
The turtle headed.
5p, 50p. But you get to the top, and the big ride was Surf, and it was like literally here is a cliff face,
Oh God, yeah.
and there's 5 of you in a row.
Yes.
And you're going to sit on the edge,
Yes.
and it's not even a tube. It's not even a half.
just fall off
tube.
it.
Yeah. You just die.
Yeah.
like you just jump off the edge of this cliff and
This sounds
die.
like my jam.
But it's like it's 5 slides in a row.
Oh right.
And like so, they're not. It's not a tube. It's not a half pipe.
But they
it's
just go
it's just like a
straight down.
slight, ever so slight divot, and it goes right down, and then it
Divot.
turns into a slope, and there's a few jumps, and so a few people get air.
Oh yeah.
And then it
Then break
spits,
your pelvis.
spits you out the bottom, and you skim along the water.
Yeah.
It's well
And
good.
Smash into a 4-year-old.
If there was a water park right now in front of me,
I went to one
I'd
in
be on it.
Stoke, which is one of the more glamorous locations for a water park.
Oh yeah.
And you know those bowl slides?
Yeah.
So they're
Yes.
like a big bowl with a little hole in the
Like
middle.
you're going down a plug hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you fall. I fell out of one of those the wrong way.
Well, I'm pretty sure you always do.
Thank you. And I ripped.
I did say that just to make you feel better.
And I ripped all the muscles out of my shoulder.
Oh, you don't need shoulder
I
muscles.
ended up in A&E.
Oh, fuck.
And my mum had to come pick me up from university.
Oh,
no.
Take me home.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad day.
Did
I just fell out the wrong way. I just went, yeah, that one right.
did you go down without an inflatable?
Oh, I didn't have an inflatable.
No.
They didn't give me one.
Were you meant to?
I don't know.
No, there's one I go to in pool. I say
Regularly?
that every week.
Yeah.
I used to go to regularly when I was a kid, and that had one of those. So you went down a flume to start with, and then you came out into the plug
That's
hole
it,
bit.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was you weren't on any sort of inflatable. It was like a fucking no man's land.
I'm kind of picturing, because I know there's always a bit of a drop before you go into the bowl, and
Yeah.
then you spin around a bit. I'm kind of imagining you, Chris Ray, getting shot out of his pipe. like this big thud.
Yeah.
Here he is.
Smashing onto the bowl
But
and
I
then just falling
I
out.
sort
of
of
the
fell
bowl.
out like neck first.
Oh Jesus!
And then it just went like that. It hurt at the
I
time.
don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Good. I went ever so
Very
pale.
funny.
I went ever so pale, I did.
It was all the blood loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. the
Never
water
mind,
went-
though.
The water went red.
Oh, Jesus.
But I went to Oslo on holiday recently.
Oh.
Jesus
I
Christ!
we didn't go to a water park as such. It was more like a Lido. But there was a high dive.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture of you up there.
I jumped off it, bruv.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fuck
There's
me.
video on Facebook of it. I just jumped off.
But you can't dive.
No.
No.
No, I just jumped.
So what happened?
You can fall with the
I
best
went
of them,
feet first.
Okay.
I was up there about half an hour.
Really?
While all these kids kept coming and going.
though. Oh, God.
And then I was just like, I'm going to do it. I don't care.
I
I'm
will
doing
do
it.
this
I'm
one
gonna do
day.
it. I was in the air long enough.
Yes.
I've never fallen for that long. And I just thought, I probably shouldn't have done this.
Yes.
While I was in the air.
Yes, this is resonating so profoundly with me. Again, Jong's travelled. When I was in Indonesia,
Indonesia.
we were on a boat. We lived on a boat for a week.
You lived on.
Jumped off the top of the boat,
Yeah.
which I did with two other guys, and I was in the air long enough to regret it.
Yeah. It
Like,
was.
I've had the opposite experience, right? So I went co-steering for a friend's stag. do.
Oh.
And co-steering, for those that don't know, is where you're in like a cliff-sided lake.
Yes.
Right. So usually it's a converted quarry where they just fill a quarry with water.
Gotcha. So it's
And
not
then-
dangerous.
Yeah, no, it's great.
No, it's-
And then you climb out of the lake, right, up the cliff, and then
Yeah.
at random
Up
places.
the fiberglass cliff.
Oh no! Oh, this is very, very rocky. And then you just jump off back into the water. And there are
Yeah.
various points around said cliffs that you can sort of climb up to a certain height, and you can do different height jumps. And that's
Sure.
literally it. Is you just climb up a bit, and then you jump off a bit. But you have to jump in such a way because as you hit the water, you have to create a bubble around yourself. Otherwise, the water will go straight up your nose and drown you.
Right.
were you? Oh, that's cool.
That sounds
Because we're
complicated.
jumping from such height.
Were you wearing a wetsuit?
We were wearing wetsuits and also like flotation devices.
Okay, that would help a
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
But the highest jump on the day, everyone was sort of psyching themselves up to do. And eventually I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. And to climb up there was like a little rope ladder thingy, like one of those cable rope ladders. I got all the way up to the top and I'm just stood on this tiny little inch wide precipice. I'm like sort of Tomb Raidering along like this. And there's an instructor up there. And I looked down, I was like, holy piss. I am very, very high up. I must have been like, I don't know what it was, like 20 meters, potentially
Yeah.
higher than that. It was ridiculous. And he said to me, like, right, you ready? And I was like, I'm going to climb back down. There's just no way this is happening. And he said, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 3 and you're going to jump. And I was like, you can count away, my friend. You do. I literally said this. I was like, you can count. That is fine.
Number time. Let's
Yeah.
compare numbers.
And I started beginning the very slow process of edging back towards the ladder. And he was like, 3. And I was like, you do it, man. You do it. It's cool. You do it. 2. Whatever. 1. And then just went, go. And I just went, okay. And I just jumped off of it. And the instant I left that edge, I was just having the best time. Like, I was so scared until I jumped. And then I was just this is fucking
Okay,
awesome.
you see, right off the bat, our brains work very differently because the amount of times in my life where I've fallen
Oh, yeah.
and I've hated every second of it.
Yeah, but falling's a bit different.
Thing is, that was the.
I mean, I jumped.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I've jumped as in each instance. I'm no one to blame but myself. I leapt off a thing.
Yeah.
And
And I've
regretted it.
hated every second of it.
I wouldn't say I hated it, but I jumped and immediately was like, I've never fallen for this long. This is really weird.
Yeah, I mean, that's the exact same experience I had.
And the very fact that your brain can form that sentence is indicative of how long you spent in the air.
That's a hella crazy.
It felt like a
thing.
long time.
Yeah.
When here we go. When I was in Vancouver.
Oh, that's 5. That's the big 5.
It was British Columbia Day. And everyone was like, "It's a national holiday. It's a provincial holiday. Let's go to a
provincial holiday.
Let's go to the local watering hole. Literally, let's go to a water hole. Everyone is there. They'll be able to see your shame. So we go to this watering hole, and which is a great big natural lake plunge pool kind of thing with some cliffs you can climb up. And everyone was climbing up these cliffs and jumping off.
Great.
And I thought, I'm going to do that.
I'm going to do that thing.
And I got to the top, and there's a lot of jagged rock. Like I cannot, I cannot stress enough how this is not a diving board. And I'm like, okay, you're going to jump, and there's a bit of a queue behind me. And I'm like, oh no, and I physically can't. Like I'm on the edge, and I'm trying to will my body to throw myself off the edge. And there's a few people I know there, including our crazy landlady, drug dealer.
She was
drug dealer and accountant. You met her.
Same one from Albert.
Yeah, and she was like
wearing a pill necklace.
She was a wig, yeah. But she was filming the whole thing and cackling, which was great.
Oh, that helps.
And then slowly, everybody in this lake, there must have been a couple of hundred people, started to turn and look.
Oh no!
And everyone was like going, jump. Like everyone was doing it. I'm like, no. This, oh God, now suddenly it's become a thing.
Yeah.
Like suddenly I have an audience.
This is awful.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And I jumped.
Yeah, well, you have to with pressure like that.
I would judge you if you didn't, frankly.
And I hated it. It was horrible. Oh my God. And then later that evening, she dropped a load of acid and watched that video again and just kind of laughed to herself.
But then shot herself to death, so
yeah.
I guess that's that.
There's a moral there.
I guess.
Somewhere.
What are we talking about?
I don't know anymore. Water parks, I guess. I don't think I can top that. I'm sorry.
Half an hour later.
I mean, yeah, normally loves are the short bit of the show, but Jesus.
What do you love?
Well, I love monkey style kung fu. That's what I was going to go with.
Oh God!
Not that I'm not that I have any like practitioner experience.
Okay, right, yeah.
I'm beginning to think this is the greatest variety show of all time.
Yeah, I think it might be. We went from water park to this, but yeah, basically there's an actual style of kung fu that is imitating the movement and actions and facial expressions even of a monkey.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
And you're judged on your face. You have to do some face shit, like some sort of monkey face stuff.
Is this based on the mythological character of Monkey?
It is indeed.
Oh,
Well done.
I see.
Yeah. It's actually really recent. Like because there's been some movies and some sort of like there's like national competitions of it and stuff as a style of kung fu, but it was developed in 1911, so it's not really that old at all. I thought it'd be way older than that. But yes, it is indeed based on the legend of the Monkey King, who has got a name that I can't remember now. Sun Tzu, I think his name is. But yeah,
Mr. Monkey.
The Mr. Monkey.
Mr. Monkey.
Mr. Chinese Monkey Man.
He's the king of the swingers.
But yeah.
The jungle POP.
Yeah, that's him. That's the guy.
Watch that movie. Imitate all his moves. Done it.
That's
Nailed
it.
Monkey
Kung
Kung
Fu.
Fu. Done it.
It's like when Neo says it.
Yeah,
I know
Monkey Kung Fu.
I know Monkey Kung Fu.
I think what's great about it is that like it doesn't look cool at all
Okay.
because you look like a monkey. That's the whole idea. Like you're running around on all fours, you're pulling stupid faces, which monkeys do. You're flicking your shit at people. That's part of it.
Oh, it's a big part of it.
Yeah, you've got to shit out a little nugget. Got to turn it tight into a little
That's
bullet.
how you turn a silver into a gold.
Indeed.
I mean, anyone can shit in their hand and throw it at a wall, but in
Exactly.
front of an audience,
Yeah.
like, but performance anxiety.
But, like-
you've got,
Well, it's like if someone was filming you on their mobile and 200 people turn around and go, shit.
And I shout, but I wasn't proud.
I didn't enjoy it.
You shat, but when you threw it, it didn't cut a watermelon in half.
Yeah.
So like, no one was fucking interested in that.
Wasn't on the weather app either, that was it?
No.
Raining shit.
Oh, look at that full circle.
That's Mango.
That's mango.
That's mango.
Oh.
Let's just end the show.
I think we brought it full circle. Yeah.
I think we've like knitted it all together quite nicely
Yeah.
there.
That's the neatest, most succinct show we've ever done.
I know, it's perfect.
No tangents, no off the.
And it only took us an hour and 20 minutes of just waffling.
Audio gold. Well, what do we think won? Love or hate?
Well, I think Love did.
I feel this is the most we've ever spoken about.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, that's-
we
that's-
got
I'm
deep
sort of-
into water parks, like seriously,
Yeah.
like neck
Well, I
deep.
mean, we spent most of the water park bit talking about how I fell asleep in a cubicle.
Fair, if you hadn't fallen asleep face down in a gentleman's cubicle,
Thank you.
with your head like, visible under the door,
Yeah.
I don't think we would have spent this long talking about
No,
it.
we wouldn't.
Some good came of that show.
Well, I'm glad that these many years later that we could
Who'd have
finally
known?
make a
That
positive
we could
out
turn
of
it
a
into
negative.
content, which would make
Yeah.
us millionaires.
I mean, content is going to be like the currency when the whole world goes to shit.
That's true, which isn't long now.
In the next couple of weeks.
Who'd have known that when you made the decision to fall asleep face down, mouth open, on the floor of a toilet, a gentleman's toilet, in Portugal, that this would
I feel
be-
like the description of it's getting longer every time
Well,
you say it.
Who'd have thought that if you had decided to take a little nap in a room designed for piss,
probably after pissing.
après piss,
Yeah.
with piss
Oh, I can only
around.
imagine I went to the toilet first and then thought, oh yeah, I'll probably have a sleep.
To be honest, that would have started the experience off quite warm.
Yeah.
Like a little piss blanket.
Yeah,
Oh no, I probably did it in the toilet.
Oh, that's disappointing.
not an
Yeah,
animal.
That doesn't make
Not an
anywhere
animal,
near
yeah.
as
That's
good a
not good.
story.
That's not good content.
No, change it, please.